Get poppin' gamers! WQ'd. Guys, guess what? Big celebration. Big birthday today. It's the one year anniversary of my YouTube channel, as it is currently. So I used to run an anime manga channel since like 2016, and all my anime manga videos, they all went viral. Powerful videos, some of the best, dankest theories in the anime manga world, in the universe. I know some of the biggest names. I've personally battled some of the biggest names in the anime manga scene, but I stopped doing anime manga for a bunch of different reasons. Part of the reason I'm a hardcore speedrunner. I'm a hardcore, grimy, real speedrunner. Yeah, a year ago I was supposed to go to Denmark for the speedrunning thing. They recognized my skill, you know, they knew I was good. Like, yeah, WQ, we want you for this Disney XD show in Denmark, and I'm like, that's real cool, that's sick, I'll do it. So I'm preparing. That's actually why and when I started doing my no reset runs, because I needed to do no reset runs to prepare for this marathon, because I was basically doing no reset runs. Yeah, they bought plane tickets, they bought a hotel for me. It was gonna be nice to get some recognition for this game that I'd put like 3 years of time into. It was gonna be a pretty nice payoff. So 3 days before the event, I get a message from the lady, from the contact lady, and she says there's been a scheduling change and that I'm not gonna be able to go. And so they just straight up canceled my my plane and my hotel 3 days before the event, which is real great. It's really fucking great. So on the 21st, I tweeted about it, how, hey, you know what, who cares anyway? Yeah, it's not a big deal. It doesn't do anything for me. I wanted to go because it'd be cool, be an interesting story, but I mean, I didn't really care. I knew it wasn't going to do anything for me. If you're on Disney XD speedrunning, you're going to get nothing from that. So I was correct about that. The guy who went in my place, he didn't like what I had to say about this event. So he DM'd me and he called me a psycho and a retard. And he said, that's why they didn't accept you, because you're retarded and you're psychotic. That's what he DM'd me, and you know, I thought I handled it pretty well. I thought I handled the situation pretty goddamn well. And the guy who actually went, who said this to me, if you can believe it or not, he was actually a part of the Downtime Death Splicing Apologist crew. And a week after he gets back from the event, by the way, he didn't do a there. He didn't do anything there, all his runs were garbage. He gets back from the event. He's following Downtime Death on Downtime Death's alt account, and this was in 2017 when nobody knew about the account and there's no way to access it, and it was still active. It's very active. All of the Downtime Death ALTB click, the speedrunner.com leaderboards, the people who run the Link to Past NMG tournament, yeah, their little splicing ring, their little splicing click. Yeah, so that was a little splicing click. He follows Downtime Death. I'm like, that's pretty interesting. How the hell did he even find Downtime Death's account? There's no way to find this account unless somebody specifically tells you about it, and it's pretty active. So it's like Downtime Death was streaming. They were talking. They were talking, and then a week after that, this guy who went to this ESL thing, by the way, I played League of Legends for like 7 years. All of ESL's tournaments are terrible, and they treat their players very poorly. So let's be surprised that ESL me over like this. Let's not be surprised about that. So another week after the following Downtime Death alt account, he's modded on speedrunner.com, so that's pretty interesting. So something very suspicious happens where there's a scheduling change. By the way, the only scheduling change was that I was not going. That was the only scheduling change, and they just told me it was a scheduling change, which is just a blatant lie. So something happened, something very specific happened, and they had to kick me out of the event. Very specific. We don't know what it was, nobody knows, and nobody will say, but almost certainly the guy who went, either he had messaged the lady, the contact lady, because keep in mind, she had messaged him either at the same time or before she had messaged me. So they were talking, and everybody knew about this ESL Disney trip. Everybody knew about it because she had messaged him and then he told everybody. So everybody knew about this. So somebody contacted her on either the 16th or the 17th, and they said something very bad about me. They lied about me, and in an attempt to sabotage me, which this is frequently happening. This frequently happens in the wonderful speedrunning community, wonderful Link to the Past community. But yeah, something happened. I don't know what. I honestly have no clue. I was never told. Basically, when he DM'd me, I realized that something snaky was going on. Like, somebody knew I was going to Disney. They knew I was going to Denmark, and they didn't want me to succeed. They didn't want me to get attention, so they DM'd her and they said something. They just made up some lies about me. And it's either the guy who went or it was one of his splicing click friends. They're all the same people. They're all the same degenerate, useless people. But yeah, when he DM'd me, I knew what was going on here. I knew what was going on. This has happened before. And I think he cracked because I handled the situation so well. I actually handled it like a mature adult, unlike the splicing click. And he cracked. And then when he actually cracked and said that to me, I realized like this is completely in the head. And then what I did is I made a video a year ago today. I made a video telling the Link to Pass community to go f off, dude. I told them to all go f themselves. And it was really successful. It was a really successful video. And then for the next 2 to 6 months, I relentlessly campaigned against the splicing click primarily because this splicing problem was going on in the Link to the Past. 2016, it never stopped. It didn't stop in 2016. It continued. Downtime Death and his splicing friends, who had been more and more of them were starting to get moderated on the Link to Pass leaderboards. It was getting worse. This splicing problem was going to get worse. And actually, more and more of Downtime Death's friends started splicing Link to Pass. And it was like, it's just continually getting worse and worse and worse. I can't tell you guys how many people in those, like from June, July, August, September, how many people DM'd me and they told me to stop talking about this stuff, that I'm wrong, that I'm crazy, that I'm making stuff up, I have no basis for what I'm talking about. A lot of people just said I'm splicing, I'm cheating, I'm bad at Link to the Past. Like, and we're talking people within the community that were cheating, that knew what they're talking about, ranging to complete unknowns, absolute complete unknowns. And I would say the general trend was that all these people had a subconscious bias against me from the start, and I don't know why. It's always been like that in speedrunning. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm better than them, and every single day for years I proved it in the speedrun, and I accomplished my dreams. I kept pushing forward. I absolutely dominated these losers. And what happens is there's the clutch moment when things get hard. I would always power through it, always keep going, and every single one of these degens that was talking trash about me, just making stuff up, lying about me, talking on Discord, every single one of these losers, they all give up. They all give up when it gets hard. I also got offered a free trip to AGDQ around the same time, and I had to forfeit that. I had to forfeit that because the people who were offering me it didn't want me to say all these things. They didn't, they were like, they just felt a little uncomfortable. And the truth is, I don't really care about that stuff. I really don't care. And I actually forfeited that trip. So there were actually 2 people being offered a trip to AGDQ, a free trip, completely free trip to AGDQ at that time. One was me. The other guy, guess who the other guy being offered the trip was? He was the same guy who went to Denmark in place of me after slandering me on Twitter, after attacking me on Twitter. Like, what the f, dude? So obviously this dude was on this AG, and he didn't go, by the way. He stepped down. He backed out of the AGDQ trip. No, God knows why. Obviously though, he was trying to f with me. This whole splicing ring, the Link to Pass splicing click, they're trying to f with me, and they've been doing this since day one. They've been doing this since the start. 'Cause the truth is, guys, they're jealous of me, dude. It's because I'm doing way better than them in the game. I'm way smarter. I mean, come on, I'm coming up with natural gameplay, this theory. This theory is more powerful than anything else in the past 100 years, that any idea anybody has created. Do you know what this loser did when he got home from Denmark? He didn't do shit. He never played Link to the Past again. He quit the game. He quit the game and he started drinking more, getting drunker on the weekends. Did you guys know I've never drank alcohol in my life? Do you guys know why these people hate me so much? The spiteful speedrunning community hates me so much. Can you guys wonder why? That's why I was talking about this click stuff, and I was also talking about not taking the material gift from evil, because evil is going to offer you material gift, and it's never worth it. And the truth is, I probably lost like the Denmark trip. I mean, that's like probably $4,000 or $5,000, and then the AGDQ trip, that's probably at least $1,000, something like that, because it was a round trip, and I think they were paying for my hotel too. So it's probably like upwards of like $7,000 or $8,000 I lost because some people either like to slander me, or primarily I talk about my ideas. I actually will openly talk about my ideas. I'll actually gladly speak my mind on stuff. I'm the only person in speedrunning that actually speak my mind on real things, which I think is incredible. And you know why? It's because a lot of speedrunners are trying to like network their way and like build up their identity and their social public profile. It's just loser stuff. It's fake loser stuff. And I'm probably the only speedrunner that's actually like real about stuff. Recently, I was offered a marathon I was offered to be in a marathon, and I was like, cool, great. And then I started talking about the randomizer cheating stuff, and the guy's like, look, people don't really like the cheating stuff. Like, if you talk about this stuff, he's like, I don't know, I don't really feel comfortable with my marathon. And I'm like, well, just kick me the fuck out then. Get me the fuck out, dude. I don't give a shit about your marathon. I'm never gonna be in your garbage. There's nothing you can offer me that will replace me speaking my mind on important stuff. And you guys wanna know the truth is, everybody's cheating in every randomizer race. Every weekly randomizer race, somebody's cheating. Every single one. Every single one for the past year and a half, because the admins are worthless and they can't actually stop this shit or curve it or prevent it in any way, because they're absolute worthless. And you know what else I heard? I heard a lot of the admins are cheating. A lot of these Lincoln Pass randomizer admins are just straight up cheating. But yeah, when this Billy Mitchell, Todd Rogers stuff really started blooming in January, February, March, it's funny because it turns out everything I was saying I was actually 100% correct about. I was actually 100% correct about everything I had said regarding Link to the Past and speedrunning, because they had already done with it for decades and it just randomly bloomed all at the end. And I thought that was really great because I actually had finally started and created a YouTube channel, a real YouTube channel, and I created another thing. I created like an audience that is reflective of me and my desire and my passion, my drive to win. And I thought that was sick. That's actually dope. That's something I can take with me to the grave. And the thing about the Denmark trip, it would have done absolutely nothing for me. It would have done absolutely nothing. And the same with the AGDQ trip. And if anything, the AGDQ trip, I would have met a lot of snakes. I would have met a lot of fake people that are trying to build up their social clout and build up their networking ring that turns out to be splicing in 10 years. Did you guys know I was born in that house? Yeah, I was actually born in the house in the back, apparently. Yeah, the first 10 years of my life weren't typical. I lived in a cabin for about 6 years, and we lived on the road actually for about 2 years. That was real interesting. Yeah, I didn't really fit in growing up. I was too ghetto to hang out with the nerdy kids, but I was too straight-laced and rational to hang out with the punk part of school. When I was like 10 years old, things started to normalize. We moved to the city. I started going to normal school. Started being a little more normal. But yeah, it was interesting adapting and developing. In high school, I played a lot of Magic the Gathering. Like, I had friends, but I don't know, ultimately, I just didn't fit in. And then around 2013, I found the speedrunning community, and I felt like I'd really fit in. I felt like, you know, these are my people, and I found a lot of people really similar to me. I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect, dude. Like, finally, there's a place I fit in the world. But nope, I was too good. I was too good at Link to the Past, and I cared too much about the game, and I didn't fit in. Nope, instead I got harassed and criticized and accused and slandered pretty much by everyone in the community and outside of the community for just about everything you can think of. And unsurprisingly, still to this day, people who cheat in speedruns and people who are best friends with cheaters, if you wonder, are they cheating? They're best friends with a cheater. They don't seem to care. Are they cheating? Who the hell knows? You know, who the hell knows if they're cheating or not? The only person I ever felt comfortable around that I met was some girl in Mississippi that I played RuneScape with, who she ghosted me and then she paper trailed me, and then I actually followed the paper trail. That was really smart. It took me an unbelievable amount of time and effort to do that, by the way. And then she stonewalled me. She stonewalled me when I followed the paper trail. It's like really wonderful, really incredible there. That's groundbreaking. You know what makes an alpha gamer? Because out of all of this, 2018, June 21st, I created my own audience. I've created my own group of people that I fit in with, called the WQ Army. You know what's good? Alpha Gamer Zone. You know what's good? I got it on the shirt, guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Right now, you can Alpha Gamer. Also buy my t-shirts, guys. They legitimately upgrade your gameplay. You're gonna have Alpha on your shirt, which is huge. As a gamer, you're gonna look more intimidating, more swag than anyone else in the building. Anyone else in the LAN party, maybe playing GameCube. You're playing GameCube with the nerds. They don't have Alpha Gamer on their shirt. They're losing. They're weak. They're losing. The Link to the Past clique and all of the Link to the Past derivatives of the clique, y'all weak. I've never seen so many weak people in my life. Y'all whack. We went from 200 to 1700, and not only did we radically grow in a year, but also what happened is my audience became so powerful and imposing and dynamic. And also, you guys see the attention. Look at these tweets, guys. Look at this attention I'm getting online. It's really crazy. I had this Succinct and Punchy, and another dude, I don't know who these guys are, like Twitter trolls. They have this huge audience on Twitter, like 1,000 people. It's like really big, and they'll hate each other, which is like, wow, that's a really incredible audience out there. And they just like post like really shitty memes on Twitter that no one ever sees or reads about or cares about. And they're like really jealous about me. I guess they're kind of my fans. They're just tweeting about me, and I've seen so many of this. I'll go over it tomorrow, okay? I'm getting tired of responding to tweets like this. So I'm gonna go through tomorrow, but you already know the cycle. You already know what's going on here. They're jealous of me, I'm more interested in them, I make more money than them, I'm better looking than them, like. And again, at the end of it all, they still have worse speedrun times than me, and like they still have worse speedrun accomplishments than me. That's always the one thing that really keeps it all together. Anyway guys, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. WQ'd, alpha speedrunner, alpha gamer, best speedrunner in the world, #1 at everything in the world. Also #1 flexer in speedrunning, you know what's good. You already know, that's 100% true. That's 100% true. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and hit the subscribe button, okay? If you know it's good for you, hit the goddamn subscribe button. I'll see you guys later.